Welcome to another concealed carry bag video. This is the most excited I've been for any of the bags that I've reviewed so far. These bags are all amazing, but I will still get into the pros and cons of all of them. We're gonna walk through all the features, how they look, design, inside, outside. And today I'm also gonna do some draw time out on the range so we can actually time these bags and see which one is the fastest to draw from. One of the reasons I'm so excited about these bags today is because they don't have zipper access. They have magnets, they have Velcro, and the draw is just so much faster than when you're having to fiddle with zippers. So can't wait to show you. If you're interested in seeing which one's going to have the fastest draw time, keep on watching. I'm also interested. I've been practicing with these for the last couple weeks, and I've been very impressed with how easy they were to get used to and how quick my draw was just from the first day of dry firing around the house. Okay, but like, which one do I start with? I figured it out. I'm going to go in order from which one I got first, and that was this Inde Carry bag, and this is Velcro access. Today, to demonstrate in all of these bags, I'm going to be using my SIG Rose P365 XL Comped, and that'll just kind of help give you a reference as far as sizing when you're looking at these bags. A lot of these bags come in multiple different size options. And for my holster, this is actually specifically made for my Rose. As you can see, it has little rose detailing on it. This is available on the SIG website. I do have a discount code Kayla for anything on the SIG website if you are interested, but this is from Crossbreed Holsters, and all of my other Velcro backed holsters for my P365 are for a light attachment, and today I'm not going to be demonstrating with a light, so we're using this. Like most of these bags, they have Velcro on the inside, and it always takes some time to figure out exactly where you want to place your holster and your gun in these bags. So what makes this bag different than the other bags that I reviewed previously is that it has a Velcro closure. So there's actually Velcro on both sides here, and you just secure the Velcro on the side, on the top, and on the other side. And what I like about this bag is it almost makes like a little secret hidden pocket that you can't even tell is there when you're wearing the bag. The only zipper that you see is this front zipper here, which actually has an amazing big front pocket with a lot of organization for all your cards and everything like that. Something to note about this Inde Carry bag is this front pocket is much bigger and holds significantly more than I think all of the other concealed carry bags that are this style that I've reviewed so far. I've heard of girls carrying extra diapers and baby wipes and all kinds of things in this front pocket. It really does have a lot more storage. And like most of the other bags that are this style, it does have a zipper back pocket right there that I usually put my phone in. All right, now that I have it on crossbody style, something that drew my eye to this bag about a year ago, I think, when they first announced that they were coming out with this product, was that it looks like a Lulu bag. This looks very much like the everyday crossbody bag that you see girls walking around with, and most of them are not carrying. So that's something that immediately drew my eye to this. It's always a debate. Do people know that we carry? Do we care that they know that we're carrying? Do we want them to know that we're carrying? If we're concealed carrying, most of the time we don't necessarily want other people to know. And a lot of the more tactical style bags can kind of give that away. I feel like this bag is very casual. It comes in a lot of different color options, and it just looks a little bit more classy versus tactical. Again, when I'm just walking around in public, I see so many women who are wearing a crossbody, and most of them probably aren't carrying. So if we can fit in with what the rest of the population looks like without giving that away, that's a win for me. The second thing that drew me to this bag is the Velcro closure option. When this bag was originally released, most of the options up until that point were zipper closures. Obviously, when we're carrying off body, a lot of people comment on how much time it's going to take and how realistic it is to actually get to your firearm in the time of need. I'm a firm believer that off-body carry definitely has its place, and that's why I'm reviewing all of these bags so I can try to help you figure out what bag fits your lifestyle and also try to help you figure out which option is the quickest to draw from. Since my mic is right here and the Velcro's right here, I'm gonna try to open the Velcro without talking. That way you can hear what I'm saying. I'm not sure what it's gonna sound like from your end, and I'm just now getting into this whole long format YouTube thing. Mics are very new for me. I'm self-filming on a tripod right now, so I'm doing the best I can. So access from this bag is fairly quick. Because it is Velcro, you can kind of grab wherever you want, but I found grabbing this top corner to be the easiest access for me. Pretty quick. I'll do a couple draws for demonstration, and then like I said, I am gonna go out to the range so I can actually time these bags. I kind of want to talk about something that's kind of more recently been brought to my attention, and that is the side that you're carrying your crossbody on and what hand you're drawing with. So a handful of people have the thought process that you shouldn't be opening your bag with your left hand if you're right-handed, because then you're flagging your left arm as you're drawing. This is how I've always drawn with crossbody. That's how I'm most comfortable drawing, and I feel like having the support of this top strap here that you're pulling down against helps open your bags and just give a really good angle for your firearm purchase. However, if you are opening your bag with your left hand, that does kind of put it in the line. One option is to open your bag with that hand and then remove it from the line of fire before you draw. That's definitely an option. In some of these bags, it's hard to draw, and a lot of it depends on the holster that you're using, without having some sort of support with this hand. Again, this has been a more recent thing for me, so I have been practicing over both shoulders. I still find that this way is more comfortable for me. Then again, you do have the chance of flagging your arm, and we never want to put ourselves in danger. Obviously, the whole goal of this is to keep ourselves safe. With that being said, when I'm wearing this bag over my right shoulder and being right-handed, I feel like it's easy to access my firearm and it's easy to draw from. However, I have seen some other people try to wear it over their other shoulder, and that's where they're coming into issues with the back being a little bit flimsy. Most of the time when I'm carrying, I have my phone in this back pocket, which makes it a lot more sturdy, so I haven't noticed that issue until it was brought up. All right, now I have the bag over my left shoulder, and like I said, this is just newer for me, so I feel like I'm not as quick with it. Anytime you get any new bags, firearms, holsters, anything like that, it is so important to practice. So this is something that is new that I've been practicing. The more we practice, the better we're going to be if we actually need to use this skill. When it's over my left shoulder, I'm still grabbing the corner of the bag, but now I'm grabbing this top corner of the bag. And now, instead of drawing like this, the angle has changed and now it's like this. So now you can see I'm not flagging anything when drawing from that position. So let's do a couple draw tests. Again, not bad. I just feel like I'm having to get used to that. The biggest thing that I'm noticing as far as me getting used to it is I've spent so long getting used to this angle, and now I'm having to grab from this angle, and it's just something that's different and new. Something to note about this bag, if you watched my other couple videos, then you know that most of these waistband straps have been way too big for me, and that's been an issue. This bag does have a tag end, which is handy because it doesn't really matter if it's too big. And the other thing to note is it does come with two little elastics to help keep this secure. One thing I will say, the bags that have a plastic securing thing, I don't know what this little thing is called, but the ones that have a plastic one here seem to hold the belt in place more than this elastic. I find that with this bag specifically, this strap is very smooth, this elastic is very stretchy, and this slides a lot. I do find that with this bag, probably my only complaint about this bag at all is that I do find that I need to adjust the straps semi-regularly when I'm wearing it, especially when I'm wearing it crossbody and I have all of my stuff in here. Just the weight, I think, kind of pulls it. And I end up wearing it at more of a relaxed position, which I can still draw from and is okay, but I prefer when I'm wearing crossbody to keep it nice and tight and snug against my chest, so I have a nice secure draw and there's not a bunch of wiggling around. I don't know why I decided to wear a belt today, but I wore a belt today. So as you can see, the tag end is perfect for this. It's not way too long. I'm not dealing with a lot of extra material like I am with some of the other bags. I feel, again, even in the fanny pack position, like this is a super casual looking bag. I don't think it screams that you're carrying. On a lot of the zipper bags, when you're going to draw, you're having to kind of like scoop, open the zipper, and then draw. And now that we just have the Velcro, we can just pull and we have it right there. So again, this is the Inde Carry bag. I absolutely love it. I've been carrying this, I think I carried this all of last month basically, and it quickly became a favorite. And then I got these next couple bags. All right, next up is the Renegade by GrabBag. These bags are offered in multiple color options and multiple sizes, so it's kind of nice. For this video, I actually have the smaller and bigger option to kind of give you an idea of kind of what they look like and what you could fit in them. So these bags actually have a Velcro backed holster option on the website when you purchase your bag for not a whole lot more, and that's kind of a nice feature to have if you don't already have a Velcro backed holster. I personally have a few Velcro backed holsters, and personally I prefer either this one or my other Velcro backed holsters from Allegiant Holster more than the one that you can get with GrabBag. And that's solely because of the thickness of the holster. This holster just has a lot more of a slimmer profile. This holster is a little bit bigger. So the GrabBag Renegade is actually a magnet closure, and these magnets are actually very strong. Something to note about the inside of this bag compared to some of the other bags is it doesn't have full Velcro lining the inside of the bag, which I kind of prefer the full Velcro. And it also has Velcro on this side, and it comes with a little mag holder. Then you can choose to have an extra loaded mag in your bag ready to go if you need it. Just like every other bag, when you first get it, you have to figure out the positioning of your gun. It's funny because I already spent hours with each of these bags, but since I'm using the same holster, I'm having to like reposition them and figure out what works best. So run through of the bag. Your main pouch obviously has your gun. Magnet closure, super easy. Your front pouch is a zipper pouch, and it's a little bit harder to see because it is a smaller pouch, and I know that the camera makes it look really dark, but there are a couple credit card slots, and there's a little mesh slot right there, a spot for a pen it looks like. I will say that this front pouch, you definitely can't hold as much as the Inde bag, but it is a lot more similar to like the Marsupial, the 945 Industries, and kind of like the Vertex bags. And I do believe that the more you stuff these, kind of like all the other bags, they will stretch out a little bit. And then the back also has a little pocket. Again, cell phone is usually what I end up putting back there, and that has a Velcro closure. Something else that's a little bit different about this bag is it kind of has these little wings on both sides, and they also have these little pockets and this little strap, so you could easily throw like a knife or some other accessories in there as well. This bag also has these little loops here on the inside, and it also comes with the secondary strap, and I will show you what that looks like on. So with this extra strap, you just loop it through here, wrap it around, loop the second one inside, and that gives extra security all the way around. A lot of people really like having a second strap for running. It just helps keep everything nice and secure and tight against your body. When you're opening your bag, there's a lot less wiggle room because you have a lot of anchor points here. Here it is on crossbody. I know someone commented in one of my other videos to wear a different color because the black blends in with the black, and I'm sorry. I didn't think about that today, and I'm not gonna go do an outfit change. So, sorry, hopefully you can see. But black on black, it's a vibe, it matches, right? Here again, to remind you, I don't know anything about fashion or style or anything like that. So, black on black, it matches, right? It looks good, it's a vibe. Most of my bags up until this point have been black, and that's because it matches everything. And then I went out on a limb with the Inde and the cakes because I thought they were cute, and I'm trying to be a little more cute. Tactically cute. Tactically? That sounded weird. Okay, back to business. When it comes to the tag ends, you got a lot to work with this bag, which for reference in all these bags and everything, I'm 5'3", I'm 130 pounds. I do have a smaller figure. I have a shorter torso. I have a smaller waist. So when it comes to a lot of these measurements, like keep that in mind. Most people, this will work, but for me personally, I deal with a little bit of a tag end, but that's okay. This bag also has a couple of these little elastics to kind of hold things in place. The material of the strap doesn't seem to be as like smooth as the Inde bag, so I haven't noticed the strap like walking out with this bag. Something else that I love about this bag is the material. I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to explain it, so this probably isn't going to be super helpful, but it is water resistant or waterproof. Someone's gonna have to fact check me on that. But it's very smooth. Some of the other bags, like the 945 Industries and like the Marsupial, they have that like rugged, like tactical, rugged hunting material. Like you can tell that it's a really tough material. This doesn't feel like that. It's very smooth, but you can kind of tell that it has like that waterproofed feel. Does that make sense? That probably doesn't make sense. Was I supposed to look this up before I started this video? Anyways, it's very smooth. It feels great, but it also does feel like it is a very tough material. The fact that it is water resistant though is kind of awesome because this would be a great pack to take on hikes or fishing or anything like that and not have to worry about your firearm being protected. Okay, so I have the bag starting over my left shoulder because I'm trying. Never claimed to be like a professional or anything like that. I'm just trying to help you because I've had to learn a lot of things on my own, and if I had someone to kind of help me through those learning curves and shorten them a little bit, that would have been awesome. So I'm just trying to share my experience in hopes that it will maybe help you out or help you decide what bag you might be interested in, or maybe some of this is stuff that you haven't actually thought about before and maybe it will help you out. So with the bag over my left shoulder, I do have this little tail here, and I don't want to accidentally grab that, although it's not really in the way. I'm just gonna tuck it. Just do a little tuck. These bags do have like these little grippy spots. So because it's over my left shoulder, I'm actually going to, now that it's on, I'm going to position the gun how I'm going to want to draw from. And we're just gonna have to see how it goes and if I'm gonna need to readjust it. I missed the grip, but that was my first draw with it right there. So again, over the left shoulder, when I'm opening, I'm not flagging, which is nice. I get it, everybody. So again, these magnets are very strong. Like it's not gonna accidentally come open. Like even with me kind of pulling on it, bouncing, like it's not gonna come open on its own. You can grab anywhere on this and it's gonna open, which is kind of nice. Got my hair in the magnets. Fanny pack position. I feel like it looks very similar to the other bags, kind of this style, black, a little bit more tactical looking, the Marsupial 945 Industries, Vertex, all the bags that I covered in the first video that I did. Now, tag end material, I have, that's like almost 2 feet of tag end material. If I was actually going to wear this, I would probably like loop it around a bunch and then tuck the tag end in, but we're not gonna do all that for this video. And again, now that we have a magnet closure, I'm not having to fiddle with the zippers to get this open. I can just grab it, push it from wherever, and have access to my gun. Smooth draw, super fast. I'm a big fan of this bag. I really don't have any actual complaints about it. Obviously the extra strap, that's something that I can either cut and melt or just fold and get used to. Other than that, the magnets make this so quick to draw from. I'm a big fan, but we will see how it relates to the others when we take it to the range. The bigger bag is the same design. When I tell you these magnets are strong, they're strong. It's not opening unless you want it to open. The inside, and let me actually throw my gun in here really quick so you could see size comparison. Here it is in the small version, and here it is in the larger version. So again, a lot of people, they'll throw their extra mag pouches in a couple different areas here, so the extra mags will kind of fit in this spot or however you want it to work. Size reference, I'm 5'3", I am 130 pounds, and this is the bigger bag. So this is what it looks like. Let me at least throw the gun in there. Over my right shoulder, it'll look very similar. Over my left shoulder, just swap it. And then around the waist. This one's longer. This one comes up to my head. I'd say most men I see wear either the 945 Industries or the GrabBag. And same thing with this bag. Obviously, since this is a bigger bag, you could fit a much larger gun. I was actually gonna do a size comparison with some of the other guns, but then I realized I didn't have any other holsters, and you can just check out the website to see which bag fits your gun, and you can go from there. The last bag for this video, this is the Cakes Concealed bag, and something that really caught my eye about these bags is the fact that it does not look like a concealed carry bag at all. As you've seen from most of the other bags that I've reviewed, most of them are a little bit more kind of boxy, tactical looking. The crossbody style, but still a rectangle. The Inde does look more like a Lulu bag, but again, a lot of them look very similar. The second concealed carry bag video that I did have a bunch of leather options and options that didn't really give away that you're carrying. I loved that about those bags, but the zippers and the access to your firearm just weren't great. Not only is this bag leather, it's beautiful, it's cute, it does not at all give away that you're carrying, but it's also a magnet closure. Something that also makes this bag a little bit different is it comes with this Velcro, I don't know what they call it. It's like a holster attachment. So it's Velcro backed here, and then it has Velcro around here so you can change the diameter of this area here. And essentially, if you already have an inside the waistband holster, you can put that in here, attach your clips here, and that will secure the holster that you already have into this, and then you can put this Velcroed into the bag. So I like that it already comes with that. That's kind of cool because a lot of people don't already have a Velcro backed holster, and if you really don't want to spend the extra money to buy one, that is an option. I should have brought one of my inside the waistband holsters out here so I could demonstrate that, but I didn't. I feel like I have a quicker draw with my regular Velcro backed holster compared to this. This just has a little more stuff that can kind of get in the way when you're going to draw. I don't think it's a terrible option if you don't have a different holster. It definitely will work, but for me personally, since I do have another holster that I like, I just prefer that. Obviously, main pouch has this nice pull tab. It's actually a clip, so I've seen some girls actually swap this out for like a different long keychain type option to make it even more cutesy or casual, but it does have this pull tab, and that gives you access to your firearm. The whole back side of this is Velcro lined, and then on this side of the bag you actually have a couple like elastic spots here where you could put knife, flashlight, extra mag, any of that stuff there. Tourniquet, it's a great thing to keep in your bag. It does have a nice back pocket here. Again, It's usually my cell phone pocket. It is much bigger in this because this is a bigger bag. This is the XL bag. For my specific gun, I guess it can fit in the smaller one, but it just has a lot more space with the XL, so I went ahead and got the XL. Something else that's really nice about these bags is they are made out of real leather, and they have a lot of different options for the color of the bag and the color of the zipper. So they have like black with rose gold, or black with gold, or black with silver, or so many different colors. It's amazing. This front zipper pocket here is just a plain pocket, but it does have plenty of room. Something else to note is you can either put the strap on the left side here or on the right side here. Some people will also get a purse chain to connect from one side to go all the way around and connect to this other side. I really love how casual this bag is. Like, it's so casual. No one would guess that this is a carry bag. Something that I learned while dry firing with this bag is that you kind of have to keep a hold on this until you have the gun secured. A lot of these other bags, you can kind of like throw it open and let go and get ready. But this bag, you kind of have to hold on to this. I've also noticed a couple times that when I'm coming back up, I end up grabbing this strap. It kind of gets in the way because it is a magnetic closure, and it kind of flops back up to where it wants to be. This bag is so fast. My hair gets stuck in the magnets every time I do this. But hey, we're training how we carry, you know? If I was on the range, I'd probably have my hair out of the way and all the things, but we have to know, like, am I gonna grab my hair when I go to draw? You have to know all these things. So as you can see, this actually didn't close, but the strap came up and hit my gun as I went to push out. I don't want to say this is my favorite bag, but I do feel very confident when drawing from this bag. I think I might actually feel more confident drawing from this bag than all of the other bags, but again, we'll have to take it to the range. Okay, and now I'm so excited because now I get to take these to the range and actually shoot and do some timed tests to see which one is gonna be the fastest. Right now, I want you to head down to the comments and comment which bag you think is gonna be the fastest, and then after the video is over, let me know if you were right. Not gonna lie, kind of nervous. Why am I nervous? Because I never do anything timed, like with a shot timer. Also, I'm cold. I'm cold and I feel like my body's just like frozen, and I'm not gonna be able to shoot fast. But we'll see. Maybe we just need to get like warmed up or something. Maybe we need to do some like push-ups or jumpy jacks. I feel like this is the behind the scenes stuff that I should probably like cut out, but you know, we'll see. Am I doing draw speeds in all positions too? Right shoulder, left shoulder. This is gonna be a lot. Fanny pack. I feel like there should be like a X amount of shots in each position to see what's the fastest type of a thing. I also feel like I probably should have figured out all these details before this point, but we're just gonna make it up as we go. My favorite part, when I put my eyes on and then I can't see the screen anymore. Eyes, ears, now I can't hear anything or see anything, and the shot timer. Inde Carry worn crossbody over my right shoulder. That was pretty sloppy. It was a 2.0. 1.46. I will say that sometimes I do think the flimsy back of this one does make it a little bit harder to like find the gun and get a secure hold on it. What should we do, like 5 shots? Oh, I missed the target. That was fast though. That was 1.32. I missed, it doesn't count. I actually just grabbed my phone and put it in that back pocket. 1.56. 1.71. 1.7. And I believe that was 5 shots. I'll do one more for good luck. That was better. 1.41. Something to note while I'm doing this is I've never actually taken this bag to the range. I've dry fired a handful of times, but I also haven't dry fired with this bag in probably over a month. And when I had, I'd only had it for a couple weeks. Just something to keep in mind with all of this. Obviously, the longer you train with something specifically, the faster you're gonna get. If I were to sit here and train all day with this bag, I would get much faster and I'd get used to it. I'm gonna be shooting 3 different bags today and they're all a little bit different. So moving the bag over my left shoulder, and I just changed the position of the gun. Again, this is one of those things. Now drawing is gonna look different because now I'm gonna pull from here and then my grip's gonna be here a little bit more compared to here. So. If you wanna know if this Velcro is strong, the answer is yes. Well, maybe I need to change the positioning. 1.69. We're just working through that one. I feel like I'm having, you know, over the left shoulder is what they talk about so you don't flag yourself. But I feel like maybe it's this bag specifically, but I'm having a much harder time getting the bag open. .16. That was my fault with my grip positioning. Need to come up this way more. Did I not push the button? I didn't push the button. I was waiting so patiently. I'm trying to want to carry over my left shoulder because of the flagging issue. I get it, I do. But if I can't get my bag open, then I can't flag myself anyways. 1.96. I didn't get a great grab here in the first place. 2.05. This seems a little bit slower this way. 2.27. All right. That's enough in that position. I either need to train more that way or use a different bag. Now let's do fanny pack. Don't worry, this is like the movies where like they never have to reload their mags, they just have a never-ending amount of bullets. I wish. For some reason, I'm thinking that the fanny pack will be a little bit slower than that first position. Just like more reaching, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. 1.46. I think that might be the same as my fastest time. I know I had 1 or 2 1.4s over my right shoulder. .54. 1.50. Surprised, for some reason I thought fanny pack would be a lot slower than crossbody. 1.39. That's been the fastest so far. Outfit change. GrabBag Renegade. Again, this is the smaller one. And over my right shoulder. Oh, I need to move my mic. Technical difficulties. all caught up on that one. 1.87. That felt good. 1.37. 1.44. That wasn't the best, and it still felt fast. 1.42. I'm fumbling in there still pretty fast. 1.41. Those were all in order. I didn't have any issues with the bag. Obviously, you saw I fumbled my grab a couple times, I fumbled the grip a couple times, and I still had pretty fast times. I feel like if I kept shooting, then I'd end up having a really fast time. Should we do a couple more? All right, let's do a couple more. 1.31. Focus. See, again, if I were to spend like a decent amount of time with these bags and then time myself, we'd have a lot different numbers. This is the very first time I've ever had this bag on the range, and those were my first 6 shots, and I was sub 2 for all my shots. 1.29, that was my fastest time. It's a fast bag. Over the left shoulder now, and change my gun positioning and tuck in my little tail end. Okay, so now I need to remember, how do I want to draw this? Probably from this corner, like this. And then I'm coming this way, not this way. I think I did a little bit of this when I went to grab that. 1.63. Help! I need help! Let this at least be a reminder to train how you're gonna carry, because, yeah. I like teacup the out of that. What is that grip? 1.71. 1.51. I did not think that was gonna be decent. Let it be noted also, I'm not saying any of this is good. This is my standard. So I'm right now competing against myself. I don't know what your time might be. I don't know what your time drawing from your holster might be. It might be super fast. It might be sub 1. You might be amazing. I'm going based off of me, my experience with these bags, which is very minimal at this point, and what my times are with a new bag, how they function, their features, all that good stuff. So again, not saying that this is great, but this is what we're going off of. The bag tried to go with it again that time, and it was still a 1.57. 1.47, and I'm out. Fanny packing. Again, with the Renegade. Since we're on the range, I'm actually gonna loop that extra tag end over. Are we recording? I don't know. Boom, boom. Well, I missed. Gosh, that was so slow. 1.55. Since I thought that was slow, that tells me if I don't fumble all over the place, it'll be much faster. 1.52. Still just didn't get a good grip on the gun. Fanny pack, you kind of have to like dig a little. 1.40. I actually just changed the positioning a little bit to give it a little more of an angle. Again, a lot of this is figuring out what works and then carrying like that. I've like practiced with these bags and dry fired and stuff inside the house and got them all set up to where I was comfortable to dry fire. And then I've completely swapped everything to do this. So now I have to kind of get that back. So if I were to go out and carry, I would do this first and get it set up to where I'm comfortable and then carry. 1.44. 1.26. That's been the fastest so far. Let's do 1 or 2 more for good luck. 1.22. It's been so close so far. I think that's been enough with this one. Now let's grab the cakes. Last but not least, for some reason I think this bag's gonna be the fastest, but so far I think the fanny pack positions have been the fastest with the Inde and with the Renegade compared to crossbody, which does make sense because instead of having to go all the way up here, you're just like right here. But still, I don't know. I guess this one doesn't necessarily have as far of a reach, but it's very similar. We'll see. We'll see. 1.70. 1.48. 1.49. Oh, if I didn't miss that one, 1.27, but I missed, so we can't count it. 1.33. 1.25. I think that's been my fastest crossbody time. 1.30. 1.30. And maybe jump the gun a little bit on that one. 1.39, and I did pretty terrible. Oh, I reset it. I'd also like to note for all of these, I'm not looking down at my bag while I'm drawing. I've seen a handful of people make videos with these bags and they like go like this. And ideally, if you're in a situation, you can keep your eye on target while you're drawing and not have to look down. So while I'm doing all of these, I'm not looking at my bag, I'm keeping my eye on target. 1.25. Which one was the fastest out of those? I feel like we had a handful of 1.2s, handful of 1.3s. I'll have to look back and see which one was like actually the fastest. Again, it's kind of hard to compare for me because like I know if I spend another hour with this bag out here, I could get under 1.2, but I'm not gonna do that. Hopefully that was good enough for you to be able to like kind of get an idea of how these perform. I know a lot of you recommended that I did do an on-range timed shoot test with all these bags. I haven't done it with the first 6 bags in my previous videos. Let me know if you want to see that. I guess I could have just like a full out range day with all the bags and kind of battle of the bags on the range and see which one wins. But I think out of these ones, I can almost guarantee that these are all going to be faster than the zipper bags in my previous videos. Not saying that those were bad bags. They have a lot of good features and sometimes people want a zipper compared to something like this. I've heard some people talk about, you know, preferring a zipper when they have children around because it's easier for a kid to grab something like a magnet closure. Especially if you're carrying a toddler, it's harder for your toddler to fully open a zipper compared to just like yank on your magnet closure. These magnets are fairly strong, and Cakes also actually offers a little locking device that you can get for your bag. Obviously you wouldn't wear that while you're carrying it on you, but another little feature and option. But again, hope this was helpful. Let me know if you want to see anything else and I will work on getting it out to you. This was a lot of fun for me. I'm a really big fan of these magnetic closure bags. The GrabBag Renegade and this Cakes concealed bag are really amazing. They're really quick, and again, this Cakes, I can't get over the fact that it doesn't look like a concealed carry bag and it performs really, really well. I mean, it's so fast and it's cute. So hopefully that was helpful for you to see. If there's any other questions you have or anything else you want to see, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. I am pretty new to this long format stuff, but I'm trying here. So any feedback is appreciated. And if I can help you in any way, please let me know, and I hope you have a good day.